Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a what I eat in a day video, and I'm starting with this green smoothie. I love using a lot of citrus and celery kale because it's all a lot of fiber and it's just going to clean out my colon really well. And I blend all of that first before I add my frozen fruit. I'm using frozen mango and frozen pineapple. I also really like using cilantro because it gives it a really good flavor, like nice and fresh, tangy, and cinnamon because it's really good for your central nervous system. And I always use a little bit of stevia just to sweeten it up and I don't have to add more fruit. For brunch or my second breakfast, I decided to make some oatmeal because it's the cheapest, quickest thing you can make, and anyone can afford this and anyone can make this because it's pretty easy to make. And I love using cinnamon and spices. Right now I only have cinnamon, so that's what I'm going to use. And I always add a little pinch of Himalayan salt just because it adds a little bit of flavor, and some honey, of course, to sweeten it. I usually love using coconut nectar, but I didn't have any in my pantry. So I usually cook it for about 2 to 3 minutes, and that is usually enough. I'm also going to add a little bit of almond milk, and this one is unsweetened. I always love topping my oatmeal with fun stuff, and I usually love putting frozen berries on it because it'll melt nicely into it. And I always like putting banana because it's so sweet, and some sort of butter like almond butter or peanut butter, and of course a little bit more cinnamon. And for some crunch, whatever I have on hand, I just happen to have these seeds and a little bit more honey. And how quick and easy was that, and super healthy and full of fiber.
Day and night, love it when you kiss me, love it when we touch. Every time I'm down here, you make me smile. You're the solution. You are, 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 you are the solution. You are the solution.
I didn't have too much time to make lunch, so I decided to make a quick gazpacho, which is basically just blended up vegetables, any kind that you have, in a blender. And I'm using a lot of fibrous and water-based vegetables so that I can get a lot of hydration from it, and a little bit of onion because it always adds some flavor, and of course tomatoes. You can't have gazpacho without tomatoes. I'm also using fresh parsley. Obviously you need some herbs in this kind of stuff because you want to add flavor to it. You're not cooking anything, so you really need to add any type of like fresh herb you've got on hand. I'm also adding some salt, and for this I find I don't need too much salt because it just tastes really good to me like that. And I'm adding some olive oil, and I probably shouldn't have put that much, but it still tasted really, really good. And a little bit of white wine vinegar just to give it a bit of a tang. And then I'll just blend it up. If you have never tried a raw gazpacho soup before, you have got to give this recipe a try because it tastes so good. If you are using fresh vegetables in a good combination like this, it just tastes so good, and it's so velvety and fresh. It's like the perfect summer soup, and really good because you're getting in so many minerals and nutrients because it's a raw soup. And it's super filling, and you can literally have the whole thing if you wanted to.
Look into your eyes. You know you make me feel like I'm alive. You are, 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 you are the solution.
For dinner, I decided to make pure protein. Like, just, this is pasta, but it is pure protein because I'm using a chickpea pasta and lots of lentils and broccoli, which is pure protein. So I'm just going to chop up half an onion. I don't use the whole thing, but I'm going to chop it up, and garlic and the broccoli as well, just to prep everything ahead of time. And this is going to go for my sauce, my tomato sauce.
You are the solution. I just wanna hold you. I just wanna look into your eyes and tell you that I want you. You know you make me feel so alive. Can't stop thinking about you day and night. Love it when you kiss me, love it when we touch. Every time I'm down here, you make me smile. You're the solution. You are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are. You are the solution. You are the solution. You are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are. You are the solution. You are the solution.
This is the pasta that has changed my life because it has so much protein. It's 25 grams per serving and just a bunch of fiber. And I found this at Whole Foods and my local supermarket, but it was actually cheaper at Whole Foods. So I'm gonna use a little bit of olive oil. Again, I used way too much. I don't know what was happening. So I'm just gonna cook my onion and add in some spices. But this is gonna be the base for my tomato sauce.
You make me smile, you're the solution.
I'm adding in garlic powder, garlic, onion, and dried Italian herbs. And even though I'm already using onion and garlic, I know it's just gonna add more depth to the sauce, especially because we're not gonna be cooking it for very long. You wanna add flavors that are gonna give it dimension. I'm using 1 teaspoon of Himalayan salt. And I'm going in with my crushed tomatoes. I love this brand and I got them on sale, so I stocked up. And once I empty the can into the pot, I'm just gonna fill up the same can with a little bit of water, swish it around, and just grab out whatever else is in the can. I don't wanna waste anything. And I wanna let this simmer for a bit, and then I'm gonna go in with my broccoli and throw it into the sauce so that it can start cooking. I don't want it to be super mushy. You don't want it to cook for way too long. So you want to add it right before the sauce is finished cooking so that you can let it simmer for a little bit. I'm adding some fresh parsley because it's just gonna give it really nice flavor. It's gonna liven up the sauce. And I'm also gonna use some coconut cream or coconut milk, and it's just gonna give it a little bit of a creamier texture. I love adding coconut milk to any sauce that I make, no matter what type of sauce or what cuisine, because it just makes it taste delicious, like full, thick, and rich.
You know you make me feel so alive.
I'm gonna drain the liquid from this can of lentils, and I'm gonna rinse it out as well because it's cooked with salt and I don't want it to add more salt to my sauce. So I'm just gonna quickly rinse it out and then throw it into my sauce and let it cook for a minute or two. Not too long because the lentils are already cooked and I don't want them to get mushy on me.
You are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are. You are the solution. You are the solution.
That is it. That is what I ate today. As you guys can see, I get plenty of protein and nutrients, vitamins and minerals, and of course, delicious food is what matters. And that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video, which will be very, very soon.
Every time I'm down here, you make me smile. You're the solution.